Wizard of Ozempic. I mean, to the Wizard of Oz. We've got a wonderful show for you today. But before we get to crossing the yellow brick road, you'll need to be this skinny to pass. What's that? Your fats. That's fine, because I've got some of these. Of course, a snack, some celery, and lastly, some air. Now sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and welcome to the wonderful world of Oz. Hey, don't step on the munchkins. They'll kill you. This video is sponsored by me, or maybe you. All I want is for you guys to hit the subscribe button. The algorithm is always changing. I don't have mentors, managers, senseis, so I have no clue how it works, but what I do know is hitting the subscribe button, thumbing up the video, and most importantly, leaving a comment tricks the algorithm and thinking I do know what I'm doing. So maybe leave a comment, like a pig emoji like last video. It will make sense once we get deep into this video. So please, will you trick the algorithm with me? You guys, thank you so much for supporting me and enjoy the video. The Wizard of Oz, a 1939 American musical fantasy film, a classic that followed a cute, blue-dressed, red-lipped girl named Dorothy.
It was an accident. I didn't mean to kill anybody.
And of course, her adventure through Oz, picking up new friends like the Tin Man.
A man made out of tin.
The Cowardly Lion.
I haven't any courage at all.
And the Scared Scarecrow.
Did I scare you?
Fighting to get Dorothy back home, all while trying to defeat the Wicked Witch of the West.
Just try. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
The movie continues to stay in many people's hearts and keeps staying alive through comedies.
I hear something.
Hi. How are you?
Tons of musicals. Cartoon references.
Those shoes now belong to Meg.
And many remakes. But now in 2024, instead of learning more about Dorothy, because we know so much about her already, we get the backstory of the two witches. The Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba, and of course, the Good Witch of the North, Glinda, and a new updated movie that's a musical called Wicked. The musical stars Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
Popular. You're gonna be popular.
But what should be a joyous, fun, and musical time is a bunch of drama, deceit, cheating, a lot of Ozempic, and more tears.
We just had our own private cry in the parking lot.
Wow.
Whoa, stop.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
And of course, a heaping scoop of hate and anger from the general public.
I can't be the only person who won't be watching Wicked because they cannot stand Ariana Grande.
The original Wizard of Oz, although a colorful, fun movie with dancing munchkins, had an incredible dark past, and it seems the new movie with Ariana and Cynthia is following in the footsteps, or shall we say, following down the same yellow brick road of the classic movie.
The upcoming Wicked movie might be cursed just like the legendary sequel was.
There is a lot of really dark stuff that happened on that original set.
How about how every actor almost died while making The Wizard of Oz?
And I'm here to talk about it all. Because what is going on? So get ready, let's put on some goggles and dive into that syringe of Ozempic. So I don't follow many celebrities, and I originally wanted to make this video about the crazy weight loss and diets of the actors in the movie. But as I was going through that, I came across a lot of people having very strong opinions on the main actors, Ariana and Cynthia. From cheating to weird internet meltdowns, and supposedly it's having an effect on the movie and is bringing the ratings down. So here's one of the things that happened. A huge fan of everything Oz was so excited, like over the moon about this movie, and decided to take the new movie poster and do a little Photoshop and make the new one look like the original Wicked poster, which is a classic. You know, a lot of fans do that. They like to make like an ode to the new artists that are in the movie and then mash it up, remix it, or make it classical to the old, poster. Many people loved it. Everyone's going crazy. It went super viral. Tagged Ariana, tagged Cynthia, saying, you guys gotta see this. You'll love it. Well, Cynthia did end up seeing it, and she was absolutely pissed to the core and had the biggest internet meltdown I have ever seen to something to this degree. This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have ever seen. I just have to mention that if this right here, this poster, is the wildest, most offensive thing to ever happen to Miss Erivo, you are living the life, girly. I'm on that life. None of this is funny. Oh, sorry, I just didn't think it was, I just thought it was a cute poster. None of this is cute. Okay, it degrades me. It degrades us. Me? Or do you mean witches? Because I'm not a witch. The original poster is an illustration. I am a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Jesus, can we bring up the picture again? Hold on, let me get my computer. I wanna see the eyes. If I bring this up, and I am not blasted away with the perfect look down the barrel look, and I do not receive the ultimate motivation as a black woman / possible witch, I'm gonna be very upset. Okay, you promise it's going to just give me a whole new meaning to life. 1, 2, 3. I'm not feeling anything. Oh wait, it's happening. It's happening. I am ascending to peak black girlness. Just kidding. Nothing happened. I wish I did though. I was looking forward to it, but I got let down just a little bit. So reading the meltdown and then seeing the poster, because that's kind of the order it went in for me, was seeing her freak out. And then I was like, what happened? And then I saw it. As a black woman, I was pretty confused about what was the big deal. Our poster is a homage, not an imitation to edit my face and hide my eyes, is to erase me. And that's just deeply hurtful. Woman, welcome to the internet. It's just fan art. It happens all the time on the internet. Producers weren't going to see that and replace the movie poster with it. And 2, Cynthia, I did expect something. She's just kind of looking at us. It's about as exciting as Ariana whispering in her ear. And also, if anything, Ariana's face is also covered. And back to her look that was supposed to give me some type of thing, I personally prefer if she did kind of smirk like the original poster. The original poster seems mysterious. There's something behind that smirk. The new poster's kind of cool, but she's kind of just looking at us like this. I'm trying to get into her head. I like to put myself in other people's shoes, and I just wonder why this got her so angry, because there has to be a better reason than this.
I'll help you be popular. You'll hang with the right chords. Oh, my queens, what can I do to give an ode to you? I know. There, I should post it. They will adore it. What's that? Oh God, what's happening?
Don't you dare! What the hell is this degrading image you call art? You think you can erase me?
No, I thought it was cute.
There's nothing cute about this!
Someone, please help me.
No one will help you as you chose this racist act.
Please, let me down. Someone help me.
You are trying to erase me!
What's going on here?
She's trying to post that ill-favored poster she calls art.
Let me see. Aw, it's so cute. We should post it. No!
I'm being erased!
So she really did get erased? Of course she did.
You knew she would, didn't you?
Of course I did.
That's how you become the main witch.
You won't be needing this anymore.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that one's it. Anyway, if you like these things, we have a whole page dedicated to the miniverse, and it gets pretty interesting over there. Links below. Well, in the end, Cynthia would go on a rampage for a few days, send her flying monkeys to the editor's profile, who was a huge fan, may I remind you, got a ton of death threats.
I'll kill you!
Who they were not used to. They were not popular or anything. They just got lucky this time and went viral. Tons of angry messages, people calling them racist. And then Cynthia ended up getting interviewed by Entertainment Tonight, who completely backed up her weird internet meltdown.
You are a badass clapback queen. I love it because you spoke out about that AI poster.
It wasn't necessarily a clapback.
You're right. It was a very unneeded and very odd meltdown.
It was just speaking out and I loved it. And
What did you love about it? See, I can understand the erasing part and racism when it comes to everything else other than this, because it does happen. For example, British media isn't highlighting Cynthia at all. Her and Ariana Grande are the main characters in this new movie, and you would never know as they are only focusing on Ariana, Miss American Girl, while Cynthia is literally from Britain.
Just been to see that wicked film with Ariana Grande. Can I just say, that Green Witch was brilliant. Definitely giving it 5 stars.
You know, she's not actually green, she's black.
Right, give me some dirt and go.
Grammy winning, Oscar nominated.
No, I can't use any of that. I suffer from IBS.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
No, ignoring black success. Where are all the crimes? Has you ever robbed anyone?
No.
Murder?
No.
Have you ever stepped on a worm?
Maybe.
Right, well, we gotta go and interview some then. Wait. Have you ever been affected by Cynthia Erivo? Have you ever been affected by Cynthia Erivo?
It doesn't help the situation when people start freaking out about this, because then there's gonna be the people saying, see, racism doesn't exist.
Why is no one talking about the fact that Cynthia Erivo literally went crazy because of an AI image? But the story just gets funnier because a day earlier, she posted this picture. And if I'm not mistaken, this is an AI generated image.
But in the end, Cynthia just says,
and that's like a human moment. I probably should have called my friends, but
your point makes so much.
yeah, girl, for you, you get to walk down the red carpet, the black cloak, and tell everybody how much you love your corset.
the body itself that fits. He knows I love a corset. And
Yes.
I don't get to wear it very often.
Your host.
The little editor fan was not fine. He's crying in the corner after a tiny little edit. I actually enjoyed this interview a lot more, where Cynthia explained that she was basically had enough of everything going on. She was having a day and she blew.
And I think that me being able to express and connect with our audience was just something I was very protective over. So I had a human moment.
You know, I can actually understand that. I just think we need to be careful with calling anything and everything racist. Leave that for the people who are legit angry and upset that a black woman is playing a green witch, which is not like the original, and everything needs to stay the same forever and ever until the end of time.
Why is Elphaba black?
Anyway, Ariana is not exempt from all the critique and how she's acting. She's always been a little odd to me. I do think she's adorable, but a very weird person that licks donuts and then runs out of the bakery.
First of all, I mean, my behavior was very offensive and I apologized. There's no excuse or there's nothing to justify it. But, you know, I think that as human beings, we all say and do things that we don't mean at all sometimes.
Hi, editing Michelle here. There was a vocal change through the ears, right? Help someone out that doesn't follow celeb. So recently, the original Elvira was talking about how Ariana Grande is extremely rude, and don't let this soft-spoken baby act fool you.
She came and she brought 20 guests. So she wanted 21 tickets. We're like, okay. And we give her the tickets and she comes backstage and she asked if I could take pictures with all of her friends and relatives she brought. I take a picture with every single one of them. I sign autographs for every single one of them. Then I say to her, could we take a photo together? And she goes, no, I don't really do that.
At first when I saw that, I saw people like talking about this, I was saying, well, maybe she was nervous, maybe she has stuff to do. She's Ariana Grande, she's got to get out there. But I didn't know that she gave all of Ariana's family and friends free tickets, signed everything for her family and friends, and took pictures, and Ariana Grande couldn't take one. That's a little weird.
And then she left before my show started.
But I think the biggest thing that people were very angry about Ariana was that she is a husband/boyfriend stealer.
I just wanted to say that Ariana Grande has always been that weirdo.
So I'm sure you all know by now that Ariana Grande would start dating SpongeBob. No, not the cartoon character. No, not the voice actor of SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants, meow, his snail Gary, the narrator that says 2 hours later.
Who is in a band? Did you guys know that?
I ain't mad at you. Don't be mad at me.
Anyway, she would start dating the Broadway performer who plays SpongeBob, Ethan Slater.
Couldn't get much better, but it keeps on trying. Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time not imagining Ariana Grande seeing this, lighting up like an anime girl and saying, absolutely. And then their foreplay, it's in my head, it's gonna be in yours. It's definitely, babe, do that dance again. And she screams, oh, and then do the laugh. And then he does that. and they get it on. It just cracks me up because the alpha male-ness is on the rise with like the younger male generation, and they think you have to be tough, you have to show no emotion, you have to be kind of mean to women, and if you're goofy and weird, you will never get a woman. From a past theater nerd, if only these alpha males knew how much butt cheeks theater boys get. A lot.
In his appearance, because if you've ever been to theater camp, you would understand how like these mid guys can really change in your eyes because of how they sing and dance.
One more thing from editing Michelle, while I have you here, you can see that my hands are breaking. I am looking for an extra editor, so if you are watching this video and you're saying, yeah, I can edit like Michelle, please email me. Oh, and the biggest requirement is that you are 18 years or older and that you have Adobe Premiere Pro. So don't be shy, email me, and hopefully I can get to you. Thank you so much, save my hands please. So people were very angry about this relationship for about 4 reasons. One being that they deemed him way too ugly for her.
It feels like I've been giving you the best of me.
2, that he looked similar to her brother.
Have you guys seen this? Ariana's out with SpongeBob, her new significant other. I love him. He's such a interesting dude. Here's her brother, and here is SpongeBob.
3, that he's just freaking weird. Why is this man dressed like a baby? But the biggest reason people were extremely angry is that Ethan Slater, SpongeBob, was married to his high school sweetheart who just had a baby when Ariana started showing interest in him, and he just skated away singing "Best Day Ever" into Ariana's vagina.
You guys, this sounds absolutely diabolical. Apparently, Lily Slater visited her husband Ethan in April in London while he was working on the movie with Ariana, and they hung out all together as a group several times. The source is also saying that Ariana met the baby and even held him, and expressed to Lily that she really wants a baby and a family of her own someday. This is totally a normal thing to share with another woman, but not if you're sleeping with their husband.
But the internet does forget very quickly. People started seeing them together, seeing the cute pictures, seeing the cute interactions, and said, you know what? I kinda like him. He's kinda cute, actually. And now the new talk is Cynthia and Ariana Grande are fucking. And each interview is solidifying people's opinions pretty quickly.
Let's cut the bullshit. I know Cynthia and Ariana fuck.
We found out tomorrow that Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are married. Wouldn't fucking surprise me.
So for someone who doesn't follow these people, I started watching the interviews, and the Cynthia and Ariana Grande interviews are just, I need to know what happened during this movie because they are always crying in every interview that I've seen so far. Ariana cried when she got the role.
We want you to be our Glinda the Good in the Wicked freaking movie.
And she hasn't stopped since. They make reporters cry.
I've lived at school my whole life. This film means so much to me, and there are so many millions of kids like me who find refuge in the witches. And I just want to let you know that
no, you both have to stop.
In this one, Cynthia starts bawling. Ariana starts comforting her while protecting her from the flies.
Go away.
Then the reporter starts bawling.
I don't know who can watch this movie and not have that.
All I'm saying is I watched so many interviews and took in so much emotion.
We've cried 500 times today.
When I watch this movie, it better change my life. I want to cry 500 times. I want to be part of the group.
Yeah.
In this interview though, we find out why Cynthia got very angry at that edit we talked about earlier that erased her, because in the interview she says she feels like she's always just been erased and she never fits in.
You don't fit. Like you are just like outside of the ordinary, like there's no room for you.
Which I understand. Still odd way to act though over a poster. But I also have to say all of this is very on brand to the theater nerd. I was in a lot of different friend groups, but the main friend groups was because I did sports, well, forced to do sports, and I willingly went into theater. And let me tell you, they are so different, but similar. Different in being crying in sports is a no, unless you're a football player that just lost the big game, then it's fine.
We're gonna hand the Chiefs loss number 1.
I cried after losing games in junior high school. It's called passion for the game. But it's the whole theme of, oh, you fell, you broke your legs, just put some dirt on it and rub it off. Jawal, get angry.
I is 100% my male.
The stereotype with theater nerd type of emotion is at the opposite end that I personally prefer rather than someone punching a wall or my television. Crying all the time and very touchy-feely. But both of the groups are very similar in a way that everyone's having sex. I was a homeschooled girl who was sheltered from everything, so going into these groups and seeing these types of things was a very interesting time. I expected it with the cool kids and the athletes, but when I got into theater with all the nerds, oh my god, the things that I would hear that people are doing on the weekend. Besides that though, friendship groups are always very together. And Ariana's and Cynthia's friendship feels very theater kid. They're always touching each other's faces, doing like love taps on their faces. I mean, the way that during interviews, Ariana looks longingly while Cynthia is answering questions and her eyes start swelling up and she mouths, "I love you." The hand holding.
And they're definitely they're
What's funny though is that I never see her like this with the guy that left his wife after she had a baby. So it makes me wonder, like, does he feel a little left out while he's watching all of this emotional connection go down?
So are you too tired of the pink and green yet?
Oh, not at all. We love it. There's so much you can do. I'm actually quite offended that there's no green on set for my friends. It's just, don't worry about me. I'm fine. I love you. Forehead love tap. Okay. How was it on set for all you? Amazing. It was beautiful. Almost as beautiful as Ariana. And it was even more beautiful because of Cynthia. You're my best friend. Forehead love tap. All right. Well, how was it with working with your sweetheart, Ethan Slater? Who? Ethan Slater. Have you heard of him? Is that the Munchkin, Ariana's boyfriend? Oh, yes. What a beautiful soul. He actually brought us so much closer. How was the food on set? Oh no, don't you start. Remember, we practiced this. I just can't help it. Don't worry, I'll handle this for us.
The producers had an array of different snacks on a table, okay?
Oh no, your hair. It's messed up. Let me fix it. I love you. I love you too.
Anyway, so many people are saying, yeah, they're very emotional, but others are saying they're crying because they're hungry and they have to be skinny while also working from like morning to night. So without further ado, let's get into the dark world of the Wizard of Ozempic. See what I did there? This noggin got it from the comment section. All right, chapter 3, my favorite chapter.
The Ozempic is Ozempicing.
Ariana Grande is not new to the topic of being too thin. We had a whole video about that, I think last year, where people who were saying, don't make comments about people's bodies. You don't know their health just by looking at them. All of a sudden took that, drop kicked it out the window to make sure to tell Ariana and everybody else that she looks sickly skinny and probably should think about eating a few cheeseburgers. And of course to say that she's shackled by the cuffs of diet culture, which she might. Who knows? But this time around, people are looking at Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo and saying, y'all look completely different from the start of filming to the release of the film.
Warning, we may be seeing the last of these two, as many are terrified that both their lives are in danger and they won't survive. People were terrified after thousands of videos suddenly went viral claiming that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are looking vastly eerie in their before and afters.
And I do have to say, she does look thinner than my last video. When they put the comparison videos up, I was quite shocked. I was like, they're probably just averagely skinny. And I'm like, oh, they both look like they have the same body now. Like they became so close and cried so many tears together. They are a new level of best friends. They have ascended to a level of best friends that I don't think any of you guys have ever ascended to, where they start morphing into each other. And so others are saying they are lovers. Many are saying that they are Anna sisters. You know, people can speculate as much as they want about Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, but anyone who's been in mutual, destructive, competitive, ED friendships knows exactly what's going on. And they help each other stay thin, going down the same path of the Wizard of Oz curse. You know what that is? The Wizard of Oz curse? Honey, let me tell ya. Judy Garland, the original Dorothy from the 1939 classic film that many found pleasure in watching. But Judy didn't find much pleasure in filming at all. From the beginning of her career, the long hours were the least of her worries in the studio. You guys want to get on TikTok and talk about diet culture and how it's killing so many people when we have a very intense crisis called the obesity crisis?
Diet culture is killing people.
Well, back then, It was literally killing people. Come, grab my hand and let's go down this path of the yellow brick road of how toxic diet culture used to be. Judy's diet was enforced by her producers and her own mother. Ethel had Judy acting at the early age of 2.5.
How old were you when you got your first job?
30 months.
What was it?
I was singing.
Now you will see us dancing and singing numbers.
Yay! Parents who care about themselves. They had such a wonderful relationship that Judy would refer to her mother as the actual real wicked witch of the West.
She was very jealous because she had absolutely no talent. She would sort of stand in the wings when I was a little girl, and if I didn't feel good, if I was sick to my tummy, she'd say, "You get out and sing or I'll wrap you around the bedpost and break you off short."
So, every mother's dream to be referenced like that by her children, right? Anyway, along with pushing Judy to go hard in the arts, she pushed her to take so many pills that helped energize her to get her work done as an actress, but then she would push pills on her to get her to sleep when she was allowed to sleep. And of course, pills that helped her cut her appetite because she was a fat little piggy. That's how the executives, the top of the top, referred to Judy in her first musical, The Pigskin Parade, at the ripe age of 14. Perfect timing for this. The producers were extremely worried about Judy's weight and her age and would call her a fat little pig with pigtails. And from then on, she was put on a very strict, nutritiously dense diet of 1 bowl of chicken soup that was mostly broth, multiple cups of black coffee, and of course, 80 cigarettes a day. Yum. Anyway, I'm surprised that she could still sing like this in her older age from all of those cigarettes that she would have.
Someday, my prince will come.
So the pill pushing only got worse for Judy. The studios and her mom would force it according to like staff that works with Judy. They had us working days and nights on end. They'd give us pills to keep us on our feet long after we were exhausted. Then they'd take us to the studio hospital and knock us out with sleeping pills. So by the time Judy got to the Wizard of Oz, she was a full-on addict on many substances, and she was only 17. And not only now were they worried about her weight, they were worried about her age because they needed her to remain tiny and cute and youthful. Which kind of reminds me of Ariana Grande, like her thing is looking tiny and cute and youthful. Anyway, they would make her wear extremely tight corsets. They would strap her boobs down to make sure that she looks not 17.
Oh, simply elegant. I feel elegant, but I can't breathe.
And they would make sure to pump her up with tons of drugs and alcohol. And of course, little to no food. And now that I'm learning about this, the fact that she walked down the yellow brick road and sang is wild. Unfortunately, eventually the pressure was just too much on her body and she would die at the early age of 47 from an accidental overdose.
They moved slowly into the funeral home and into the chapel where the body of Judy Garland lay in a glass-topped casket.
Many people didn't know this story. She only shared it later on in life. And many people are saying that these two stars, Ariana and Cynthia, seem to be following down the same path. They both seem emotional, floaty, kind of airy, and of course, very thin. I was reading that in the past that Ariana says that when she gets stressed, she just doesn't eat or she forgets to eat. And others are saying that it's probably the pressures of Hollywood executives who are influencing them to be as thin as possible for this $145 million film. Now, I know body positivity is more popular among like the public, but I just have a tiny sliver of feeling that it's not so popular behind closed doors of Hollywood, especially when money is on the line. I mean, $145 million is kind of a lot of money. And I think both of these women have wanted the role for years. They finally got it. Do you think if an executive said, lose weight or you're out, they would say no to the film that they have been crying over for years?
We've been stepping into dreams that we've had, and the content of this film is emotional. It is about love, it's about friendship, it's about acceptance, and when you feel those deeply, you can't help but to connect in that way. The tears come because we're humans and we feel, and we're...
What a gift it is to feel.
To be able to...
I'm pretty sure that they would sit there, cry, be thin, and do their job like they're doing right now. And many people were saying that their attitudes were going to hurt the movie. Well, the movie has come out and it's doing extremely well. As a theater nerd and musical lover, I really wanted to go see it, and then I saw that a lot of people are crying during the whole movie.
Hi, this is us before Wicked. This is us after part 1 of Wicked.
Singing during the whole movie. probably eating their popcorn very loud. My theater does not show it at the early bird special, so I'm just gonna wait until one of the streaming networks have it and I can sit at home without a bra and eat my popcorn in peace. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It was a very interesting video to put all together, and whenever I do these videos about Hollywood and I think, ooh, maybe I'll change my mind about Hollywood. Maybe it's just a nice, humble group of people that love to just make art for us. And then my opinion about Hollywood just gets even more that I don't like it. And I'm so happy that I didn't get my wish to be famous when I was, what, 13? But thank you for the people who suggested it. I really, like, when I go see this movie, I better cry. All right, this video is long enough. I've been yapping a lot. It's time for me to go on a journey down the yellow brick road to find more TikToks, viral stories, and weird people to talk about and deliver to you. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Yeah. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrum.